Recently, the Democratic strategist who was the deputy chief of staff for Harry Reid, the longtime retired leader of the Senate, had a prescient article that he wrote for GQ magazine. In that article, he wrote that quickly nominating Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren is the Democrats' best chance in 2020. He had a cogent message that he wanted to get across. The first paragraph said it all. He said, Democratic voters want to know how this all ends. They fixated on electability, which is notoriously hard to gauge. You have to guess that other people will think several months in the future with no idea what will happen in between. Prioritizing electability in presidential elections led Democrats to nominate John Kerry, while ignoring it led them to nominate Barack Obama. Voters are not good at predicting electability, summed up pollster Patrick Murray, but despite the obsession, Democrats are whistling past one enormous threat to the electability of the Democratic nominee, a long and divisive primary. And later in the article, what he would point out is that the moderates are the ones that are likely to be creating this division among the party itself. On Joanne Reid's show this weekend, they took on this particular subject, and it's one that I think it's important that all of us listen to. Check this out.
There's a guy named Adam Jentleson. He used to work for Harry Reid, the great strategist and former Senate Majority Leader under the Democratic Party. And he wrote a piece saying that he thinks that what needs to happen for the Democratic Party is to make a quick nomination and then try to consolidate the party. And he believes it should be Sanders or Warren because, to the point that I think a lot of you are making, it's the progressive wing of the party that has the energy and has the youth behind it and has the movement quality. Do you agree that what Democrats should do is to try to nominate quickly and then consolidate?
Well, I think, first of all, that it would do the world well. And I think, the world is watching us. Everybody wants to get rid of this racist in the White House, and, they want to do that. They're just unclear how. Make no mistake, what we're seeing now is fear. We're seeing people say, people are not supporting Joe Biden because they want Joe Biden in the office because he excites them, he ignites them to want to do action. They're saying this is the old white man with the most gravitas that potentially could occupy that seat as the president. That's not Donald Trump. That's all that is. Absolutely, the progressives are bringing the energy. They're bringing the funk. They're bringing the flavor, whether you're talking about Elizabeth Warren, whether you're talking about Bernie Sanders. And again, I want to get back to the message that people of color absolutely will turn out with enthusiasm, with clapping their hands and ready to move in action if the Democrats delivered the goods. We saw that in 2008. We saw that in 2012. I gave the example of natives. Natives overwhelmingly vote Democrat when the goods are there. We need a candidate that elicits excitement, that elicits something more. And I see people on my Twitter feed when I say responses like this that say, getting Donald Trump is excitement enough. No, we actually need vision. I heard 2020 vision. That's what we need in 2020. We need somebody that can see where we're going, not just to repudiate where we've been.
Somebody who can see where we're going, not to just repudiate where we've been. Folks, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. But worse, we know that the establishment cannot change. They will not change, and they cannot change because they owe their loyalties elsewhere. One hopes that the rank and file, which is the majority of us all, takes the responsibility and take heed and elect the person that is most likely not only to beat Donald Trump, but to change the entire political paradigm of the United States and to create transformational change. The only thing that could possibly save the middle class and the poor in this country.